Hey guys, welcome back to another video. I'm your boy, I'm your host, I'm Giorgino. Welcome again to another live stream here at Pocket Broker. Hope you're all having a great day, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, guys. Welcome back. I hope you also enjoyed the previous video where we had a challenge to actually reach $1,000 of profit. Eventually, we did reach $300, which is for me a perfect. I wouldn't say perfect, but it was a great milestone to reach, even though we traded for about 45, 50 minutes, which was actually great. Remember, guys, to always, even though you put your targets, try to put them realistically, you make some profits, get them, lock them in, the most important thing. Eternal Flames, welcome back. Roberto Colin says hello to you as well, my brother. Guys, today I have a very interesting strategy for you that I've been testing for not long now, but I find it very much interesting. I wanted to share it with you guys. Tell me your thoughts. Perhaps you even used it before. I think I found it very interesting. I did get some good results. Not the best, but that's because also I haven't been using it for a long time, to test it. But nevertheless, I'm going to share it with you. We do have the 5 trades today. We're going to do 5 live trades on the real account. If I'm going to do three unsuccessful trades in a row, I am actually going to stop, analyze, and see if I'm going to continue or not. So let's jump right into the platform. Here we are, guys. So remember, stay tuned, keep watching, because I'm also going to be sharing with you 100% deposit bonus, which you can actually utilize when you're going to be trading on your real account. If you're going to make a deposit, whether you are new or not, you can still take advantage of the 100% deposit bonus that I'm going to be sharing with you right here on this live stream. So what is this strategy about, right? That's the most important question. And of course, how are we going to utilize it? First, as you know, we're trading on a weekend, which means automatically what? Well, news are not going to affect us today, right? Because it's the weekend, the markets are closed. So the most important thing for me, because I'm trading OTC, is I'm going to be looking at the highest profitability because we're trading weekends and the markets cannot affect us per se, right? Hello, everyone, guys. Hello, welcome. So, as I was saying, I am looking at the most profitable currency pairs because I know that market events at this particular moment cannot technically affect me because there is no market events happening on the weekends, right? So I'm going to choose some very high or the most profitable returns that I can see on my screen. Let's, I don't know, just highlight some of them, keep them on our screen. I do know they fluctuate sometimes, so we have to refresh it. We have to keep looking in case the profitability changes, could change to the positive or to the negative, doesn't matter. That's the number one thing that we have to do. Number two, I'm going to be using my RSI, which is set at 14. So I'm not going to make any change at all. I'm going to keep it as it is. As you can see, I did make some changes on the colors. Hope it is quite visible for you. So now I'm going to be using a 1-minute candlestick time frame to be entering my trades and between 3 to 5-minute expiry time. Now, what is important and part of this strategy is we have to be analyzing first a 5-minute candlestick time frame. Why is that? Because let me just remove some of these. All right, so let's pay attention. What I'm looking for right now, the first thing that I'm looking for is a strong support or a strong resistance. When I say strong support or strong resistance, it means that the price needs to have bounced at least 1 to 2 times before I consider that as a strong support or resistance, maybe even 3 times. The higher, the better. So the first thing I'm going to do, 5-minute candlestick time frame, I go back and I try to analyze the chart. Okay, I do see a support here, resistance here, over here as well, a resistance over here, a support over here, support, support, which is technically showing me that we do have a strong support. So what I'm going to do on my 5-minute candlestick time frame, I'm going to set my support or resistance level. All right, here we are. Let's set it right here. Let's make it more visible. The next thing that I'm going to have to do is go back to 1-minute candlestick time frame. So what do I see here is my support, right? So I do know that I do have some kind of a strong support. So what is my next step? My next step is to analyze my RSI. Before I analyze my RSI, sorry, we need to be looking at the candlestick action, and we need to see that we are making lower lows. Now, in this case, because I'm looking at a support level, I need to be seeing that the chart is making lower lows. And it seems that in fact it is making lower lows, but it's not the perfect lower lows. But what is more important here is that I need to, once I see lower lows, I need to see that the RSI is making higher lows. And in fact, it seems that we are making higher lows here. So in this particular case, I'm going to open $100. And I'm going to choose a 5-minute expiry time and go, I'm going to buy. Now, what the reason why I took this buy trade is because, first of all, I'm looking at a 5-minute expiry time, so I want to give it some time. Second of all, I am looking that the price has been coming from up down, so I see lower lows, but my RSI is showing higher highs, which means what? It's showing me that the RSI has a convergence with the actual price action. So what is this indicating me? First, I have a strong support, which very likely the price should bounce or at least find that support level and make it more difficult for the price to breach it and go further to the downside. Second of all, my RSI is showing a convergence, which means that the sellers have become weaker. So the buyers should technically come in, show that they're squeezing out the sellers. Hopefully this is the case. Let's zoom out a little bit to see. I think this should go even a little bit lower. Maybe somewhere here. Let's see. I'm on 1 minute. Let's go back to 5. There we go. So yeah, support, 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 resistance over here. Resistance, resistance, beautiful. Support. All right. So we have our confirmations, we have our indications per se, right? So now what we need is technically the price to follow. Hopefully we'll follow. We still have a few minutes on the clock. I did put $100. I'm expecting 92% profitability. Let's see how this plays out. We'll keep looking for better. I am trading on the AUD USD. There it is. All right. Let's put this buddy over here. All right. Okay. So we still have another 2.5 minutes. Guys, if you have any questions regarding this strategy or how this I've put things, for you guys to see, let me know. I'll be more than happy to help you. Let's see. We go back. Rule number 1, we look at a 5-minute candlestick time frame. We need to spot some either strong support or strong resistance. Yeah, this would have been, I think, a good support level over here. Yes. See that? Very nice support level over here. And we also see, there we go. We have been making lower lows. You see that? Lower lows, lower lows. And what was more important, look at this. From here to here, my RSI was making higher lows. Here it made lower low. See that? From here to here is a lower low, but from here to here, it made a higher low. That was my indication. That would have been my good entry, my good buy entry, which I've actually missed it, but that's okay. But that is to show you that here would have been a very good entry. First, I do have a support. See that? Support, 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 support. I mean, you can clearly see how this works. And it seems that if you do find a good support level with that RSI indicating for you that we have a convergence, that would be a good entry point. Nevertheless, this one was going well. We do have quite of a strong sell pressure here. Nevertheless, we do have 48 seconds on the clock. Let's keep looking. 5 minutes on our clock. Let's see. All right, that is actually a good support level. Here has become a resistance. So what I'm going to do now, I want to see if my RSI is going to be agreeing to this. Go back to 1 minute. And what do we see? All right. Higher highs. Okay. Higher highs here. I don't really see a strong, because you see that this is a higher high, but here we have a lower high. So I don't know about that. Guys, our first trade, unfortunately, was unsuccessful, but it's still okay. We keep looking. Resistance. Could be resistance, yes. But I'm not sure if this was making a higher high, here would have been, I don't know. I'm not sure about that one. What do you guys think? What do you guys see here? Do you see something interesting? I don't know. Let's go back to 5 minutes. Oh, yes. We do have a support here. Go back to 1 minute. Let's see what my RSI tells us. All right, we're at support levels. I mean, RSI was showing weakness here, but it's not showing higher lows here. I mean, yeah, we do have a strong support level. Yes, you could technically open a buy trade here, but this is not part of this particular strategy that I wanted to show you. Yes, I could actually open a trade here because it looks like a strong support. We could actually take advantage of this. But what do you guys think? Shall I stick to the strategy, find more examples, or should I place a trade on this one? Just because I think this could also be a good trade because we have a strong support level. Breaking this going lower, chances are lower than what we think because of that strong support level. See that? We have some good support level here. All right, if we touch that support level one more time, I'm opening a long position and here we are. I opened my long position. I put on another $100. Hopefully, this is just a fake out, and I'm going to keep hunting for you to find that nice strategy, that super confident strategy that I wanted to show you. Go back to 5 minutes. There we go. All right. I don't really like this. We did make a higher high right here exactly. See that? Let's see if that is a resistance, guys. Yeah. See that line over here? That could act as a resistance. 100%. 100% could act as a resistance. So RSI is already showing kind of a convergence. I could open a sell trade over here. Of course, the best entry would have been somewhere here because you see that long, strong wick over here, but the RSI did not reflect that, which is very important, which is why I think this could continue a little bit lower before moving to the upside. Nevertheless, let's keep that running. Let's see what is going on over here. Yes, this is still holding nicely. Support level playing exactly as we want it to play. Let's keep hunting for something better. Um, I do have a support here, a resistance here. Yeah, and some support over here. Yeah. So overall, it is it is an acceptable support level. Acceptable, but what is my RSI telling me? Well, let's analyze it. We have been doing I wouldn't say lower lows here because this is kind of a support here, but I did make a new lower low right here, right? Which is right about here. There's not enough information for me to actually see that, you know what? We are making lower lows, but my RSI is making higher lows. That is what I'm looking for. And we need to be patient to find that good entry point, regardless of how fast we wanna take that trade. So we need to keep looking, guys. Okay. Let's look at 1 minute to see what is showing me over here. No, I don't know, guys. This is not what I'm looking for. Let's keep looking. 5 minute candlestick time frame. Oh, okay. See that downtrend? Hopefully, this is some kind of support level. Ooh, I like that. I like that. All right. All right. All right. Let's go to 1 minute. So you see that from here, but this would have been a good entry right over here. Here would have been my good entry. Because as you can see, RSI was making higher highs here, higher lows. Apologies. I don't know about that. I'm not sure about this one. What is going on over here? Wow. Is it breaking that support level now, or is that just a fake out? Hopefully, it's not. Right? We need to keep looking. We need something solid. 1 minute. Let's go back to 5. Another unsuccessful trade, unfortunately, guys. $200 down. These things can happen, though, even though they're not what we want them to happen, but it's part of trading, guys. But we need to keep our minds cool. That is the most important thing. All right. Need to keep see that again. There we are. Support level is over here. I think I'm a little late here. This would have been a good entry here because my RSI was showing some kind of convergence here. We were making lower lows, but if you look quite closer, this point right here seems higher than this point right here. So this would have been, I believe, a good entry point. Guys, it seems like it is not my day, but that's okay because It's part of the process. I want to stick to this strategy. I want to see how it works. I've already tried it, to be honest. I've tried in the demo account, I've tried in the practice account. I did get some mixed results, but I was confident that this would not be the actual case. Nevertheless, we are three down. Even though the second trade was based on just support level, I didn't combine with the RSI convergence. Let's keep looking to see if we can find that nice. Yeah, that's the one we saw earlier. Let's go 5 minutes. Not sure about that. I don't see any resistance here, so I'm just going to skip this one. You see that? Look, from here to here, it was all going down. Lebanese lira with the USD. See that W? Double top, double bottom. Ooh, yes. Clear resistance right over here. Let's go to 1 minute. Okay. Okay. Top. This is lower. You can see that the RSI here is lower than over here. But I don't know about this one. This is going to be the make and break. This part over here, we're going to have to be patient to see if it's going to turn. If it is, that means that as we're going higher here, the RSI is going higher, but it could turn and move to the downside. If it doesn't, it's going to be a clear breakout to the upside, which means that we can't open a sell trade over here. Let's see. Think it's a breakout or a fake out? What do you guys see? Yes, that is a resistance. Seems like it's going higher, which means already my convergence is already totaled, because this pink line over here, the RSI line, did not go over the red line, but it did over here. So automatically it already avoided this strategy. We can't, because it's kind of an extra confirmation based on that support or resistance level. So now we need to keep looking. 5 minute again. No, I don't see a strong support here. There is some kind of support here, because I've also realized there's two support levels here, also here. So if we were to do this, let's go to 1 minute. Okay. Okay, from here, I don't see it even here. It's not very much clear. It is here though. You see that? Look at the lower low here. You see how low the price came? But here, it went even lower, but my RSI is higher. If now there is a very strong support here, here would be a perfect entry. And this is what I need to see to give me that confirmation. So let's go to 5 minutes. This is a support level. Okay, I like this. Resistance could be, yes. Support level here. Okay, not the best of support levels, I would say. But what just happened? And I think that it broke below. Let's just see it again. You see that? It's still higher than here. I need now a good candle at least to go higher. If not, if this goes down and comes to the level of this RSI here, no good at all. Let's go back to 5 minutes just to see. Yeah. Support level. Yeah, support level. There's not a lot of support levels. So yeah, not so confident about this one. What do you guys think? Sis, welcome back, sis. Hope you're well. Check GBP AUD. Sure. GBP AUD. Let's see. Is that the one that broke out finally? All right. We do have a resistance here, but do we have another resistance? Let's go to 5 minutes. Let's duplicate it. Ooh, okay. Let's see. Let's go to 1 minute. Let's go to 1 minute. All right. What do we see here? Well, even though we were going higher, you can see that higher, 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 higher. The RSI was also making higher highs. And unfortunately, making also higher lows, which means that we can't technically use my RSI as a confirmation. Yes, we have hit a resistance. We can see that. We could take a trade, but I want to take a trade showing you the combination of a support or resistance with an extra confirmation of the RSI, showing that convergence as well. All right. Euro with the Turkish lira. I believe we checked this one. RSI is making higher lows, but so is the price. This is good. You see that? It's still, the RSI made a higher low, which this could be a good buy option. Now, the reason why I opened a buy trade here, why this gave me more confidence, whether it's going to make a profit or not. The thing is that I told you guys, first, I need to see on a buy trade, I need to see lower lows, right? I am making lower lows. Clearly, we can see that. Lower lows, lower lows. All right. Second, what is my support or resistance telling me? Well, let's go back and see. I did already put a support level here. You can see that support, support, support also over here. So we have an indication that yes, we do have a support level here. The third one, and the most important one, is the RSI. So while the price was making lower lows, look at this. Look how deep down the RSI was showing oversold here, right? It was around 17%. But even though the price dipped even lower, my RSI went all the way down to 24%, which means that my RSI made a higher low, which means that now the chances of this moving to the upside is stronger because my RSI is technically telling me that the sellers are exhausted and perhaps the buyers are going to come in and push to the upside. Let's see. This is going to be my fourth trade, 3 minutes, 30 seconds on the clock. And let's keep looking for our fifth trade. All right. Not sure about this. What do you guys think? What is going on here? Close, 2.5 minutes to go. Good resistance here. Price would have been here. Doesn't really give me that confidence. 1 minute, 40 seconds. What do we have here? Lower lows. But my RSI did make a lower low here. You see that? That is a lower low. You can see that it was here above the green. Here is also slightly above the green, but it didn't go. If the RSI was higher, I would tell you yes. Guys, did you watch the previous video? The previous video where my challenge was to make 1,000. I did make $300, which was still profitable, which was still very, very good for me. Nevertheless, if you haven't watched it, guys, it's my latest video, which I did last week. So you're very welcome to watch it again. I also share the strategy of how I actually do it. Guys, it seems today, I don't know, not my day, not my day. These things happen. I keep my cool as usual. You know, emotions, I don't bring them with me when I'm trading. And so you shouldn't as well. Let's go to 1 minute. I came prepared. At 3 losses, I said I will sit down, evaluate, which I kind of did. But I came in prepared to lose $500 for my 5 trades. Fourth trade, unsuccessful. No, unfortunately, I'm going to do one more trade. No. See, making lower lows. Again, doesn't show that the RSI doesn't show that the sellers are exhausted. 5 minutes. I do see a triangle here, though. Do you guys see it? We are gonna have a breakout soon. Let's keep looking. And I didn't even use martingale today either. Do you guys like martingale? Do you use martingale? Have you used it? How was it for you? Okay, this shows me. I like this one. You see that? Look at how lower RSI came here. And you can clearly see RSI is making a higher low here. You see that? You see that? This is nice. This is nice right here. And this support level, I've already put it from before. So it's definitely a support level. There you go. Support level. All right. I think this is going to be a good one. RSI already showing me higher lows. Look at that. Look how deep it went lower, around 19%. Here it went to 20%. Here it went to 23%. Here to 33%. So clearly here you can see how the RSI is already indicating that we're making higher lows, even though our price did make lower lows. Look at this, from here to here, we did make a slightly lower low here, but my RSI showed the opposite. So this could be an actual very good entry point right over here. We are on a 5-minute candlestick time frame. Let's put it at minute 1. And we can also see right over here how nicely the RSI was at 14%, then climbed all the way to 26% and climbed even higher right over here to 33%. Excellent. Excellent. This is what I wanted to find. And sometimes, guys, it's difficult to actually find that perfect entry point. We have to be patient. And, when we're also doing these videos, we're doing these live trades, I mean, we do get some pressure as well, to be honest. And, we do want to find some good entry points. Sometimes they don't come along, but you get some kind of like anxious, like, will I be able to find an entry point in this time at this live trade, so on and so forth. Nevertheless, guys, I did make 5 trades overall. 4 trades were unsuccessful. The 5th one is still ongoing. Guys, I do apologize for the promo code. Here's the promo code. For those of you who are looking to make your first deposit, your second or your third, make sure you take advantage of that promo code, because that actually allows you a 100% deposit bonus, which means, why could this be useful for you? Well, guys, when you have more funds, there are different ways you can actually utilize and take advantage of it. More funds means that with the way your strategy is working, or with whatever strategy you're using, you can actually make higher profitability. And if you don't make high profitability, and you're for whatever reason you're making some losses, with higher funds you have higher chances to actually even recover those funds or trade another day, because you don't have to trade everything the same day, just to revenge trade because you made some losses. Take the L sometimes. It's okay. That's how we learn. That's how we progress. And that is how also we don't let our emotions take over us. Because letting your emotions take over you while you're trading with real money, real hard earned money, is one of the biggest mistakes you can do. Best traders in the world do not trade like that. So that is why it's very important to set your target, and of course realistic targets. So, like, for example, today I was willing to come here and lose $500 for my money. Nevertheless, turns out that I'm not going to lose all that $500 based on what I'm looking right now at the screen. I will make a loss. However, um, I'm going to make a loss of around $300, because hopefully, well, this is going to end up in profit. So let's see. Nevertheless, guys, I of course I was hoping to walk out with at least $200 profits this trading session. Unfortunately, it did not go our way. That's okay. I would like to know your opinion. Have you tried this strategy before? What did you guys think of it? Yes, you look at my trades, and I made some losses today, right? But it doesn't mean that that's going to reflect and it's going to happen to you exactly the same. Like some other profitable training sessions where I make profit, and you try to copy my trade, and for whatever reason you were unsuccessful, that doesn't mean the strategy is not good. It could mean the timing, it could be the currency pair I've chosen. It could be a lot of things. It could be an unfortunate event. Nevertheless, it's very important that you also give it a try. Try it on your demo account, see how that works for you. If you're happy with it, if you think that's something that can actually be useful for you, feel free to utilize it on your real account as well. There it is, guys, 192 back. So it means that I'm in total loss of $400 minus 92 means that I'm actually lost $308 today. Yes, you heard that right, guys. I am down $308. Robert says, I understand the situation. Very nice. Last one, very interesting. Yes, guys, it was very interesting. You saw how I actually predicted. We took advantage of this pump right over here. My RSI was clearly showing higher lows, which is key right over here, and a strong support. You combine those two, and hopefully that is where you would have to be, right? Exactly the right time to make that profitability based on your analysis, based on your predictability. Sis says, I like your strategy. It's very interesting. I want to learn and understand. You're very welcome to do so. I'm really happy to have you guys here. I hope this was useful to you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, guys. Leave a like. I'll very much appreciate it. Let me know what you guys would like to see in the future, whether it is challenges that you enjoy. I'd very much like to know so I can make more videos like this. Or perhaps next week we can do actually a live trading video where we actually trade together. So I do my own analysis, and you also tell me and guide me and tell me, guys, or whoever it is, Sis, Robert, whoever it is, tells me, you know what, I think it's time to go long, or maybe somebody else think it's time to go short. So I would like also your guidance, your suggestion to let me know where you guys think I should open my trade, whether it's buy or short. So we're going to trade together next time, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you guys would like to see in the future. Thank you again for joining this live trading session. I hope it was useful, and I'd love to see you all next week again. Have a lovely Sunday and see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.